Started in Greece before his NBA career. Well, get ready. The tip-off may be a little bit delayed, and if you don't know what's coming, well, you're about to find out. Maybe not this time. Oh no. There you go. Welcome to the PAOK. Of course, the pregame ritual you find a lot here in Greek basketball, but listen to these fans. Listen to the atmosphere. We had a busy last summer, particularly Linus, and most recently, actually, in the second window of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. He helped Iceland defeat Lithuania, but here we go. Welcome to the PAOK. We're back underway. There's one thing you can guarantee, these fans are not going to stop all night long. Free Tyree, trying to get something going. Well, good hands by Margiris Nomantis. Goes out of bounds. I think that's going to remain. PAOK ball on the sideline. 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock here for PAOK. He's going to have to go quickly here. Pat Beverley doesn't have a lot of time as he bumps. Goes in for a teardrop, can't get it. Well, they try to go inside. Pat Beverley just with a little floater, but that went a little too short. Because one thing we saw from Bilbao last season in the final was the consistency from the three-point line. As now they go to a dribble handoff. Margiris Nomantis just missing from the mid-range. Well, Margiris Nomantis actually played for Lithuania with his teammate Trygve Linus beat him. Well, here we go, turning it over. Bilbao trying to make a counterattack. They go and missing from point-blank range. Well, that's good transition recovery defense by Pat Beverley. Hilliard, formerly of Karşıyaka in Turkey. This next time you can see Free Tyree just a little too casual. I didn't see with any points here in the first minute. Kind of feel that if PAOK do get a bucket the first, the arena is going to set off. Beverley. It's a poor pass now resulting into another turnover here for PAOK. Maybe the nerves, the anxiety. Of course, these two teams have met each other 5 times since the final last season. Well, since playing in that final. Hiller kicks out. They'll go for a quick three in the corner. It's going to be very tough to keep him off the offensive rebound as Margiris Nomantis from downtown. And that is what he does best. Whether it was for Rytas Vilnius in the BCL or if it's now here for Bilbao in the FIBA Europe Cup, you cannot leave him wide open. Cleveland Melvin trying to find Pat Beverley. Howard Fry getting very close. Beverley, a lot of contacts. I think he'll go to the free throw line. Well, there's the open three-pointer. I say that just cannot happen tonight, but this is good for Bilbao. The PAOK are going to overcommit themselves. Bilbao again. Well, no free throws coming up here for Pat Beverley. Free Tyree. Just keeps his balance here off the screen. Now it goes baseline. Well, they'll go for a three from Pasidis. Again, no offensive rebounding coming here. PAOK wanted to go with the smaller lineup with Ben Moore as the 4-stretch 5. Well, they're going to close out the 3 this time. That's a good look again for Darren Hilliard. That's usually what he likes to go for, but Cleveland Melvin just trying to find some separation and nobody going in for an offensive board. Almost 3 minutes played here in the first quarter. PAOK yet to record any points in the moment. But now Fry will try another 3. Ball PAOK up numbers. Beverley tries to get it ahead. Well, they'll go for another 3. It's contested. This time they get the offensive rebound. They get rejected. Well, I just said no in mi casa. Now Beverley. He'll fire this one and gets the first field goal for the mighty PAOK. And the PAOK, well, the roof nearly set off here. The PAOK, the PAOK Sports Arena. Just listen to this atmosphere tonight. Darren Hiller, they go under the screen. And an offensive foul, a moving screen is going to be called against the big man from Iceland, Trygve Linus. Pat Beverley was built for Greek basketball. Yatris. Sometimes it can be a headache here for PAOK to decide who's the primary point guard. Pacitas. That's already a fourth turnover here for PAOK. Center Bilbao, now Jaworski coming into the lineup. A little bit of pick and pop action here with Jaworski. Melvin Pansa, Swedish international, was a big part of that FIBA Europe Cup campaign. So 5 seconds remain on the shot clock. Good defense from Pat Beverley. Bilbao got to go quickly. Well, they want to go baseline. Good entry. Jaworski tried a quick give and go with Melvin Pansa, but this is the thing about Pat Beverley. He reads the defense so well. And he understands the international game. Because this is where his career started prior to going to the NBA. Oh, they get a wide open uncontested three. Rebound secured. Pat Beverley doing everything at the moment here for PAOK. They want to play this high bull screen scenario. Beverley matched up here defensively by Alex Funks. Beverley, little pump fake, nowhere to go. Time winding down here for PAOK. Free Tyree's got to go quickly. He'll go from no man's land from downtown. But again, PAOK just unable to fight for any offensive boards at the moment. $15 wins in a row for Center Bilbao coming into this final. There's probably a lot of nice little give and go play, nice little twist and turn. And a foul is going to be called, so Basala Bagayoko will go to the free throw line. That's better basketball, though, coming from Center Bilbao. Patiently just working that ball screen with Bagayoko. Well, Bagayoko, only 20 years of age. Just started with Fuenlabrada. He was a part of the FIBA Europe Cup championship team last season, originally from Bamako, Mali. Well, Center Bilbao know full well they got to minimize. If they can take the lead into this first leg going home, that's going to be a huge plus for them. Well, down the middle, a lot of contact goes in and unable to finish. And PAOK, in almost 5 minutes, exactly now, only one field goal from the perimeter. Pansa goes quickly. There's Jaworski. Jaworski goes in. Both teams struggling immensely. There's a bump in the lane again. And again, that's another unforced turnover. That's good defense from Center Bilbao. Currently making life difficult for PAOK here in their own home, but I'd say both teams, they've got to find a grip on this game. Melvin Pansa goes to his right, now pulls up. Good chase defense from Pat Beverley. So far with the 3 points, and that's a foul going to be called. That's going to be the 13th foul against Center Bilbao here in the first quarter. Looks like it's going to be on Melvin Pansa. The area that's definitely hurting PAOK at the moment. That's actually 4 turnovers. I said 5, so I stand corrected already. 4:25 to go so far here in the first quarter. They're finding Pacitas. There's a nice little kick out. There's actually Thomas Dempsey. Another 3 goes flying. This time the offensive rebound grab. Beverley. He'll try another one. He'll bury this one from downtown. And just listen to the Dikefalos Aetos. Tovora. Well, there's a little take by Pansa. Goes in. Finds Bagayoko. Nearly turns it over. I think a foul has been called indeed. Well, Ben Moore just discussing with our referee, but let's have a look here. There's a three-pointer. Yatris, one more time for Pat Beverley. Well, they got to try to make something here. Well, there's no foul called, actually. It's a baseline possession coming up. Bilbao will get this one. Got to find some rhythm. They don't want PAOK to build the momentum. Ansah pulls up again inside the key. And again misses. What's the chase defense coming from PAOK that's causing a lot of problems here? Beverley working the screen. Now trying to find options. So got to get something here. Final seconds winding down. Dimsh's wide open. Dimsh's got to take it. Pump fakes. Goes for another one. That's a good look. It was on target. They got it off in time, and now here comes Bilbao. Bilbao just trying to run again. Gets rejected. Well, at this speedy move. As they say in Greek, Efkaristo. Goodbye. Not in my house. What a block from Clifford Omurui. And that's the kind of block you got to set the tempo here at home. Another one of the new additions mid-season here for the mighty PAOK. Well, this game only starting to cook up here at the moment. Remember, both teams, I'd say definitely Son of Bilbao's had the most successful campaign this season, but don't take anything away from them. The lead is very little. Dimsha, he'll try another three in the corner, and no problem this time as he sinks a third three-pointer for PAOK. Dimsha coming off the bench wasn't a bad option after all. Lead has been extended so far, but it's all been from downtown at the moment for PAOK. Can Son of Bilbao get Jaworski into the game? Finds a bit of space, and that is what he does best. He might be one of the greatest, if not the best, here in the FIBA Europe Cup at finding that separation for his own three-point shot. Well, PAOK want to go for another one. This can't be a free-for-all, but this is good for Bilbao. Jaworski picked up by Koniaris. And Omurui just making the inside presence. A solid rim protector here at the moment. As Timmy Allen just checking into the game. Koniaris gets that high screen, now denies it. Oh, good hands on. It's going to be a kickball violation. So reset of the 14 on the shot clock here for PAOK. That was the three-pointer by Justin Jaworski, former Lafayette player. There was Thomas Dimsha. Well, we got two great Lithuanian three-point shooters tonight. We got Dimsha for PAOK. We got Margiris Domatis for Son of Bilbao. Time is winding down here on the shot clock. Breen Tyree tries to pull up from the mid-range. A little high arc and sinks this one, extending it to a two-possession lead. 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Kind of feel the game maybe picking up its energy here. The 11th final of the FIBA Europe Cup. Trying to find Tryggvi Hlynnesson. And the big snowman from Iceland throws it down with two hands. Well, he's known as Mr. Double-Double when he plays for the national team. They're going to need that tonight here in the FIBA Europe Cup final. Timmy Allen. That's good defense by Mon Krempel, the Slovenian international. Well, when in doubt, throw it high in the sky. Of course, interesting story about Tryggvi Hlynnesson. used to ride his snowmobile 4 miles to basketball practice growing up. And there's the alley-oop and Kali Nikta. Well, Clifford Omarui just said, welcome to the FIBA Europe Cup final. Welcome to the Palataki. Well, you knew that was going to be one outcome, inevitable, when the ball was thrown up high. Sonny Bilbao trying to respond. Omarui just preventing the offensive rebound. I think a foul is going to be called in, maybe. Did Hilliard get knocked here? Here it is. One more time. Good night, Kali Nikta from the Palataki. Well, this is Koniaris. Adoni fighting Omarui. But the foul has been called, so free throws coming up for Sonny Bilbao. That is the end of the first quarter. Of course, it's been a bit of a slow start from both teams here. I mean, what a first quarter we've had from Clifford Omarui. I mean, he's been doing it on both ends of the floor. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in the city of Thessaloniki in the north of Greece at the PAOK Sports Arena, the Palataki. Second quarter of the 11th final of the FIBA Europe Cup. Harold Fry looking for that give and go. Pulls it up from 15. Just cannot get it. Omarui, well, that's going to be an out-of-bounds violation. So it should actually be a fresh 14 for Sonny Bilbao. I like that sequence. That's what Harold Fry gives you. A quick give and go and pulls up into a mid-range. And eventually those are going to drop. Darren Hilliard left wide open, uncontested. Cannot connect as now Pat Beverley comes up with a rebound. Back to Omarui. A little bit out of control, and he draws a foul. So now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, Bev is just trying to get the bigs involved. Clifford Omarui, originally from Benin City in Nigeria, went to Rutgers University, but finished at the University of Alabama. Started his pro career in the Israeli Winter League. Now, last season actually played at the beginning of the season. Started in Turkey with the mighty Galatasaray. It didn't take long for the young 24-year-old to find his way here to the north of Greece. 6-point lead currently here to the mighty PAOK. PAOK trying to switch everything on the dribble handoff. Darun Hilliard tries to force his way inside the key, and what a tough finish. Under intense pressure, Hilliard just finds the bottom of the net. Tyree still has it. Goes for another 3 points. A little way too short. Ball just staying in his hands for the entire offense. Sonny Bilbao can try to level things up. Everything a high screen. Now Howard Fry goes for it, takes it. Just hasn't found that rhythm yet. But that could change, especially a player of his caliber. Well, this should be a mismatch here for Timothy Allen. There's a kick out. Dimsha pump fakes. Finds Allen in the corner. He'll fire one up. This one's up, and again, sinks it. And make that now the 5th three-pointer for PAOK. 15 of the 21 have come from downtown. Now Marguerite Mantis tries to kick this one out to Howard Fry. And he tries a little give and go, a little acceleration now. Not sure what's happened here. If it's a foul on the ground or nice kick out by Thomas DeWalt. Is that a 3 or a 2? I don't think they care right now. They just like to know that it's gone in the net. So that's the first team foul against PAOK. Almost 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Petrusek just finding the hand up to Hilliard. Roy just plays cat and mouse between them. It's a big difference he makes. Well, Beverley pump fakes. It's a little floater, and again, a very big and a tough finish by Pat Beverley. PAOK lead by 8. Remember, whatever the game finishes tonight, that's what they'll take into the second leg next week in Bilbao. Marguerite Mantis unable to finish. PAOK want to run. The foul is going to be called on the ground. That's going to be the second team foul against Serna Bilbao. That one's on Howard Fry. I mean, look at this. This is vintage. Pat Beverley. Go back to the days when he started his pro career here in Greece. It's an interesting story about Pat Beverley when he played for the Houston Rockets. He had a teammate called Kyle Wiltshire who signed for the same team that Pat Beverley played for in Greece. And Wiltshire asked him about the club. And Pat Beverley said to Kyle Wiltshire, "You don't sign with them today. You go to Greece and you signed with them yesterday." That's how much Beverley loved playing here in the Greek Basketball League. Beverley goes to his right. Well, has time and space for a 3. Contested, they recover. And it goes in. It's Pat Beverley's world. We are just living in it. 11-point lead to PAOK. Serna Bilbao have got to find some cool, calm composure in their offense. Still very early. A lot of basketball to play. Jaworski now pulls up for 15. And there is the man that's got to get going. He's now got 5 points. Probably one of the purest shooters in European basketball. Allen wants an ISO. For a tough fadeaway. Omeroy trying to go for the tip-in. Petrusek comes up with a rebound. That's good defense from Serna Bilbao. Now they try to minimize the deficit. Oh, Hilliard makes contact. Intelligent play off that ball screen, getting Allen on his back. So now he'll go to the charity stripe. It's Melvin Pansa, my apologies, the Swedish international, but that's what he does. He calmly just waits for Timmy Allen to initiate the contact. So Pansa, this has been a fantastic ambassador for the Swedish national team. Unfortunately, just missing the first free throw. Well, from Stockholm, Sweden, now in his second time playing with Serna Bilbao. Had a brief stint with Rudi Kaha. Started his pro career with Real Madrid back in 2018. 26 years of age. Not even in the prime of his career. 8-point lead still to PAOK. Good help side defense by Cletus. A good steal by Hilliard. And now Bilbao can push this one. A nice little Eurostep action. I think a timeout is going to be called by PAOK. This is an optimistic 5-0 run from Serna Bilbao. Well, good hands out of the club since. Marui, I just feel he's the kind of player that they definitely missed in the final last season. I mean, they had some great players, but the presence of Trigley Linison. I mean, he's probably one of the toughest centers to defend, whether it's when he's playing for Iceland or for Sana Bilbao. Because they have Masala Bagayoko, the young man from Mali, into the lineup. Beverley, a lot of contact goes in, and Beverley just cannot stop scoring. Well, it's the final. He's feeling it. And PAOK might want to think about going to him every play. Cleveland Melvin just switching on the screen. Petrosek now in the paint. Defended by Beverley. That's interesting. And I think that's completely accidental for Moncrimpelli, but unfortunately, the shoe does make contact. Now, let me tell you about Moncrimpelli. He is not the kind of player to do that. I've seen him play for many years. Well, they have upgraded it. It's understandable. But that was by no means a deliberate act whatsoever. Well, we'll get a better look of it now, but I don't think he's done that on purpose. I think the leg is elevated naturally, but it's the right call. It's an unsportsmanlike. Well, that's going to be something he's going to reflect on and learn from, but this is good for PAOK because Pat Beverley will go to the free throw line now for 2 shots, and PAOK will retain possession. No need to panic if you're Sana Bilbao. Still plenty of basketball to play in this final. Outstanding performance so far from Pat Beverley. Because any great player you come into a team as big as PAOK, you're always going to face your critics. Now, he's the only player so far this evening in double figures. He's got 13 points. Currently hasn't missed a three-point shot. He's only missed 1 field goal attempt. And that was early. He's 5 for 6 from the field. Well, he's missed 1 free throw, but he's extended it to a 9-point lead. Well, they're not going to stop, I can tell you that. And there's going to be many PAOKada, as they like to call themselves. They'll be heading to Bilbao next week for the second leg of this final. Beverley now hesitates. Inside the paint, twist, turn. And that foul's going to be called on the ground. That's going to be the 4th and final team foul against Sana Bilbao. Just listen to the atmosphere here at the Palataki. Truly incredible. Can only imagine what it was like when this team, back in its history in the 90s, winning both the FIBA Supporter and Courage Cup. Sana Bilbao, 5:27 left. No more fouls to give. Melvin Cleveland extends it to an 11-point lead. And Sana Bilbao leaving themselves exposed inside the paints. I think Bilbao wanted a cool timeout, but finds Jaworski, finds a bit of space, puts up a deep one. Almost got it. It's a big offensive rebound. Bilbao's got to fight for those if they want to try to stay in this game. And a tough finish. Count it. He'll go to the free throw line. No changes coming in for PAOK. Ben Moore looks like he's going to come back into the lineup as Melvin Pansa will head back to the free throw line. Very smart play. Just doesn't get Clifford Omarui off the ground, but what he does, just waits for him to come a little bit closer to initiate the contact. Well, good stuff from him so far. He's been great. I think there's a lot more to come from Pat Beverley tonight. Melvin Pansa will try to cut this down to an 8-point deficit. Sana Bilbao currently 4 out of 6 on the free throw line this evening. Well, one area that Sana Bilbao are actually winning against PAOK, a second chance opportunity point, 6-5. That is crucial for them. So now they cut it down to an 8-point deficit. Tyree will leave the game. Melvin Panzer moving up to 4 points. Allen just coming off the screen to his right. Kicking out again to Beverley. 10 here on the shot clock for PAOK. Beverley just gets the defense on his back. Goes in for the mid-range. Well, he's cooking. He is simply cooking tonight, Pat Beverley. There's no stopping him. I think he may have called for a substitution there. And why not? He's on fire. Well, there's another alley-oop as Bagayoko connects with it. And muchos gracias. Bilbao fans watching high up in the stands. Live here at the Palataki. Well, Beverley gets around the defense. It's to throw up a lob pass. Still time here for PAOK. Well, they turn it over. Good anticipation by Melvin Panzer. Well, Hillard takes an extra step, goes in for a reverse layup. Well, foul is going to be called, so another trip to the free throw line here for Bilbao. If they can continue to keep getting to the charity stripe, slowly just chip into the deficit. And you see that from Darren Hilliard. He does well there because he takes a quick first step and he puts the ball out on the ground in time to avoid the traveling ball. But here's the alley-oop to Bagayoko midair. Oh, 2 alley-oops tonight. The kind of atmosphere you want here in the final of the FIBA Europe Cup. We have no problem from the free throw line. Well, Bane Prelevic, the man on the right, has won a continental championship with the mighty PAOK. Born and raised in Belgrade, Serbia, but was made here in Thessaloniki in black and white. Second free throw missed. PAOK not giving away an offensive rebound. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Still a relatively quiet night here for Breen Tyree. Kicks out to Dimsha. Dimsha makes an extra pass. PAOK running out of time. Allen's got to make something happen here. Bit of separation goes in, and it's an offensive foul. Good defense. Let's have a look here. That's a good call. That's good defense by Jaworski. A clear push-off. This is where Bilbao has got to chip into the deficit. I mean, 7 points. If it was to end like this would be the same ending as it was last season when Bilbao won by 7 at home. After Katsiavelis made that final bucket when they were down 9. But 7 points is not a big margin. PAOK have got to build this lead, but Bilbao want to minimize it. And if any, they'll lead. These kind of atmospheres are the ones you live for in your lifetime in European basketball. PAOK goes to dribble handout. Well, Leaderson wasn't ready for it. PAOK can run, good recovery. And that's one Lithuanian chasing another. Margiris Domantas preventing Thomas Dimsha from getting a wide open look. Sideline possession here to PAOK. Well, Breen Tyree goes quickly, and he avoids the block from Peterson. 7 points for the man, averaging 17 since joining PAOK in the FIBA Europe Cup. And I'm impressed he didn't get blocked there by the big 7'3" snowman from Iceland. Nice little separation there from Panzer. A little too short. Omaroi keeping Trigley Peterson away from the second chance points. Can PAOK extend to a double-digit lead? Breen Tyree goes for it. 3 is up. And nobody going in for an offensive rebound. PAOK patiently try to build something here with There is Jaworski going quickly again to the defense. Henderson comes up with it. A foul is going to be called, so now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, that's what he's in there for. Just try to get as many offensive boards and second chance points as possible. So far, it's been 6 in total tonight here for Bilbao, excuse me. Well, there's a great take again by Breen Tyree. Clifford Omoruyi will go to the bench. I wonder why we did see already. What I was trying to say was that Pat Beverley had signaled that he wanted to sub earlier, but he hasn't come out of the game yet. Well, coming into his final, Dribbling Henderson, 28 out of 40 from the free throw line this season in the FIBA Europe Cup. Well, with that free throw, just remains at 70%. Still an 8-point lead to PAOK. Breen Tyree. Just over 2 minutes here in the first half. Little pick and pop action here with Cleveland Melvin. He'll go for a three himself, picks this one up. PAOK has taken a lot of three-pointers so far here in the first half. 6 out of 14 in total from downtown for the mighty PAOK. Monkrempel will fire once. He sixes and now makes it a 2-possession deficit. Slovenia just getting into the action. Neither team with any fouls to give here in the last 1 minute and 36 seconds. Nice pass. Oh, baby! Welcome to the Palataki. Well, when you get on the Greek Metro, what's another note to know is that Breen Tyree, now in the 3 games he's played here against Bilbao, man, it's the 3rd time they've met this season, 5th time if you include the finals of last season. He's never gone double figures against Bilbao. He makes this, he'll do that. And he does just that. So big shout out to the FIBA Europe Cup original team. This has done a lot of great work this season covering this campaign. Margiris Nomad's made 1 3. Not going to get this one. Jaworski, he's left wide open. And you cannot leave this man uncontested. 8 points already for Jaworski. Bringing a bit of the NCAA Lafayette years back. Breen Tyree crosses over. Beverley down the middle. Oh, they'll go for another 3 and they'll sink this one. And right now, PAOK making it rain. Well, if that's how they're going to win the final, they're going to keep on shooting. 7 out of 16 from the three-point line for PAOK. Bilbao could go 2 for 1. Innocent, Bucks. And it's just simply that easy for the big man. Well, there's the bucket. Roughly 6 seconds difference. Roughly 7 seconds difference between both game and shot clock here. Can Bilbao get one final stop? Breen Tyree crosses over. Now goes to his right. Nice backdoor by Dimsha. And good rejection. Oh, no, they're going to call a foul. That was a great baseline backdoor cut from Thomas Dimsha. Let's have a look here. That's the backdoor. Well, there was no block whatsoever. It's a follow-through. The foul is on Luke Petroshek. Thomas Dimsha now at the free throw line here for PAOK. Dimsha originally from the city of Kaunas in Lithuania, where he's starting his professional career. Now, he did leave Lithuania back in 2018 to go play for Varese. If he played for Juventus Utena, also played for Gran Canaria and Treviso, but prior to joining PAOK Thessaloniki, was playing in the Spanish ACB for Casademo Zaragoza. It extends it to an 8-point lead, with 7.5 left. A timeout is going to be cool. We got a lot of good three-point shooters. Harold Frey, Margiris Nomadsis, Darren Hilliard on the floor. So got to go right up the floor. Well, there it is. Jaworski walks right into it. That's not going to go. Goes out of bounds with 0.5 of a second left here top. Well, we did see Derek Fisher score 0.4 of a second back into 2004. Don't foul. Defensive discipline very much needed on this play. Dimsha thinks about it. Well, he lobs it. There it is. And it comes to nothing. Well, there you have it. The end of the first half, live here. Well, she scored that, but it won't count. End of the first half, live here at the PAOK Sports Arena. The Palataki, the home of the DK Fallos. Second game as it is aggregate scoring. Well, the difference has been the three-point shooting. PAOK currently 7 out of 16 from the three-point line, led with 16 points from Pat Beverley and 10 from Breen Tyree. But we'll see how this game progresses. PAOK with the first play of the second half. So going with this three backcourt lineup of Pat Beverley, Breen Tyree, Cleveland Melvin. Breen Tyree goes in, extends it to a 10-point lead. Well, he was settling for a lot of three-pointers early in the first half. He's found a lot more consistency when getting inside the paint. Tyree only 1 out of 5 from the three-point line, but 5 out of 9 from the field. Well, the VIPs just getting to their seats from their halftime meals and beverages. Absolutely outstanding atmosphere here at the Palataki, one of the most historic arenas in European basketball. Listen, Ogoff getting rejected. Well, Dimsha chasing and blocking. Seen quite a few blocks tonight. Dimsha now goes for a three-pointer, unable to connect. Attempted 17 three-pointers so far in this game. Corinne Hilliard goes quickly at the defense. That time missing. Dimsha coming up with a rebound. Now Pat Beverley wants to run. Margiris Amatis quickly committing a foul to prevent a transition bucket here for PAOK. If you go back to the second leg last season's final, it was actually Son of Bilbao that were cooking from downtown. Their three-point shooting was much more consistent, but you can already see the defense from PAOK. They're chasing around screens, but occasionally they'll go under them. Bilbao's only converted 4 three-pointers so far. Breen Tyree a bit out of control, but no problem inside the paint, as now he moves up to 14. 6 out of 10 from the field in total tonight for Breen Tyree. Alex Frey goes quickly. He does get the and one, but that could have been a three-point play. But he'll go to the free throw line. Bilbao, 7 out of 11 from the free throw line this evening. Harold Frey hasn't scored so far tonight. He's 0 for 3 from the field, so this is a chance for him to get some points. The man who did play for Telecom Baskets Vaughn. This is also featured for the Norwegian national team, but just hasn't been quite able to get them at the high level of a Eurobasket or a FIBA Basketball World Cup, but that could be something we see in the future. I don't want that. Well, excuse me. Son of Bilbao don't want this lead to get too big. You don't want to go back home having to fight back from a double-digit lead. Melvin Cleveland nearly turned it over. Just saves this one from a backcourt violation. Pump fakes. Has to pull up for a tough three, and that's way off the mark. That's good defense from Son of Bilbao. You know, PAOK's offense is going to be a lot of isolation, a lot of open floor basketball. Now Linus goes right into defense. Well, Dim should try to come in for the rebound, but that's going to remain Bilbao ball on the baseline. Well, he's been outstanding tonight, Dimsha. I would say more so on the defensive end for PAOK. Does have 5 points. He's 1 out of 3 from the perimeter. Final seconds winding down. Hilliard's got to make something. Little ghost action from Harold Frey. And there it is. The first three-pointer for the Norwegian. Can he convert a few more tonight as he slices it down to a 7-point deficit? 5 points for Harold Frey. Beverley now twisting. Little teardrop. That time the rebound not secured there from Trygve Hudson. Wasn't a full 24 for PAOK because Beverley still has it. It's got to isolate. That's a tough contest. That's 3 3-pointers missed here in the second half for PAOK. This is where Bilbao has got to keep scoring. Frey goes to his left. Tries to get Beverley on his back. And that's a poor pass in the corner. But you could argue the same. And in that case, Moncrief-Pelly's got a flash free throw line extended. Give Harold Frey an option. Because he would have been wide open. Well, bit of Balkan love. Nine turnovers in the game for PAOK. Will go for a 4th 3-point. They'll just continue to keep lighting it up as they extend it back to a 10-point lead with the 8th 3-pointer of the evening. Bilbao's got to realize, limit the 3-point shoot from PAOK, and they're going to find it difficult to find other ways to score. Darren Hilliard will fire one, and both teams exchanging 3-point field goals. Number 6 for Bilbao. 10 points this evening for Darren Hilliard. Foul is going to be called on the ground against Margiris Nomantis. That's only a second personal foul, but both of them have come here in the third quarter. There's a 3-pointer by Hilliard. Signals the bench. And then there's Breed Tyree. That's tough. That's a hat in his face. 17 points. He's on his FIBA Euro Cup season average. Now is indeed the game's leading scorer. Tyree. Well, the crash defense wasn't enough in the end, but very well executed by Ben Moore. Without Clifford Omarui on the bench, he's actually the natural center in this lineup for PAOK. Margiris Nomantis, wide open from 18. Way off the mark. But there's some fights for it. Bilbao get it back. Margiris Nomantis not able to finish that time. Dempsey comes up with the rebound. Bilbao's got to defend astutely here, try to force another turnover. Breed Tyree, he's got 17. That time it goes out of bounds, but that's a good fight, a good effort from Ben Moore. The unfortunate part here for PAOK is Bilbao will get it back, so good for them. Very well organized. Does great to keep this under control. Ben Moore, the former Indiana Pacer. It's not a good pass actually there from Breed Tyree as well, for that matter. High screen, slip screen action coming from Moncrief-Pelly. Jaworski now again left wide open. That time missing. Just daring him to take the mid-range. Beverley now looking to work here with Ben Moore. Beverley attacks, goes in tough, can't finish him. Moore comes in with a follow-up, and it's back to an 11-point PAOK lead. Every PAOK basket, whether it's inside the rainbow or a three-pointer, just gets this crowd more galvanized. As Hilliard, well, you've got to keep going to him as now he moves up to 13. Breed Tyree working around the ball screens. I'll go for another one. Coming up with the 50-50. Dimshit in the corner, fouled. Oh no, it's an out-of-bounds violation. PAOK have now indeed attempted 22 three-point field goals, shooting 36% from the perimeter. Breed Tyree taking the majority. He's attempted 7, only made 2 of them so far, but there was a three-pointer by Darren Hilliard. That's taken by Hilliard, draws the foul, so he'll go back to the free throw line. That foul is on Nikos Pasidis. It's Melvin Panzer, excuse me. Well, they're in a good position right now. Gotta keep their defensive principles. Melvin Panzer, 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. Missed one earlier in the first half, and now 3 out of 4. That's quite a Scandinavian backcourt if you put Harold Frey, Melvin Panzer. Now he looks to cut it down to a 6-point deficit. Their shooting's been a lot better from Bilbao since the first quarter. Falcons got to keep building momentum here in the first, or what they built in the first half. Well, again, you can see they just continue to pile on more pressure. And Bree Tyree, he's having fun out there tonight, basketball fans. It's now Bilbao. Actually played by Peters, but he just stepped out of bounds. It's not the first time it's happened tonight. Hit a PAOK. Just slightly on the baseline there. You can see with the left foot. The PAOK would love the double-digit lead going into Bilbao, but even so, that might not be enough. Knowing how good this Bilbao team is. They are the FIBA Europe Cup defending champions. Out switching every time Hilliard comes off a screen. Dipshit, that time switching again. But Hilliard finds space, puts him another one. That's excellent defending from PAOK. Bilbao want to go to dribble handoffs. They got to attack the basket. PAOK at the moment, not afraid to switch with this lineup. Now Bree Tyree. Oh, another tough contested 3. It's volume 3-point shooting that's given them this lead. But is it enough to get them the FIBA Europe Cup championship? I'll get you pictures. Moment in history for PAOK basketball. Second consecutive FIBA Europe Cup final. They don't want it to be second-time runners-up. PAOK bringing in Yorgos Filios into the lineup. There's Timmy Allen. With Omaroi also in. Wolski down just down the middle. Well, good hands, avoids the travel and recovers this one. Well, the PAOK fans arguing for a travel. That looked good to me. She attacks. Kicks out. Good ball movement. As the ball goes in and is able to finish this one. And that's much better collective patient basketball from PAOK. That time not settling for a three-pointer. Getting points in the paint. Now Margiris Nomantis. Fouls control, but he doesn't get the out one. That would have been crucial for Son of Bilbao had he connected with that. Well, here's the good recovery defense by Yorgos Filios, but it was the recovery. Well, the reason why that's not a travel is because it was tapped out by the defense. Cleveland Melbourne will come back into the lineup for PAOK. Nikos Pasidis will go to the bench. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Margiris Nomantis, and he misses the free throw. Oh, go back to the 2023 FIBA Basketball Cup when Lithuania played against Egypt in the Mall of Asia Arena. He was actually the top scorer that night for Lithuania. Not a regular feature for the Lithuanian national team. Just came up short of qualifying for the Paris Olympics at the FIBA OQT in Puerto Rico in the summer 2024. Lee Tyree finding Clifford Omeroy. Good defense. Bilbao forcing a turnover, down by 7. Knowing that any lead tonight or deficit will go into the second leg. No Mantis. Omeroy. Oh, baby, buenas noches. Finding the big man. The flying Basala Bagayoko midair. Now cutting it down to a 2-possession deficit, and a foul is going to be called. That's going to be Bilbao's 13th foul. Well, it was no Mantis Runway and Bagayoko Airlines from Bamako, Mali. Let's hope to see him in a FIBA Afrobasket one day. And that's going to be a 3rd foul against Margiris Nomantis. So the question is, do you keep him in this final 118, knowing he's got 3 fouls, or do you keep him in? I think they're going to keep him in. Five-point lead still to PAOK. Ball-dominated offense from Green Tyree. Goes for another deep Hail Mary 3. Well, it's just cooling down a little bit here in the third quarter. It's now Southern Bilbao can cut it down to 1 possession ball game. Jaworski can make it 2-point deficit. That time unable to convert. Green Tyree finding Cleveland Melvin. Allen now keeps us alive. Pump fakes. Goes up for a tough finish by Timmy Allen in the paint. Well, Bagayoko was ready for the block. But Allen just showed the strength. And that could be a 2-for-1 for PAOK. They've got the longest scoring run of 8 points so far. Patsa goes to his right. PAOK switching here with Yorgos Vilios. Final seconds for Jaworski. Nice backdoor play. Got to take this. Bagayoko puts up the 3. It's up. And Bilbao killed with the offensive rebound. Unable to get the second chance points. Got to shoot this one. Oh, they get it off in time, but it won't go as we head into the final 10. PAOK holding on to a 7-point advantage in the first leg of the 2026 FIBA Europe Cup final. Take a look at some of the team. A lot of familiar faces returning for Southern Bilbao. As now we head into the final 10 minutes. Remember, this game won't dictate who's got the championship, but whatever the outcome is, both teams will take into play when we head for the second leg next week in Bilbao. Under 10 minutes to go here. Once we find that handoff, goes quickly to defense. And a strong finish as he cuts it down to a 2-possession deficit. Allen defended by Margiris Nomantis. A traveling violation is going to be called. That's the 11th turnover of the game for PAOK. Not too much of a protest from Timmy Allen, but chance now for Southern Bilbao. Well, actually, I was incorrect. It was the 13th turnover of the game. Think about some of the greats who played for PAOK. Jaworski goes for ghost action. Backdoor give and go. Wow, cooking already. 4 points here in the fourth quarter. Their leading scorer this season in the FIBA Europe Cup. Oh, it's going to be a turnover. Jaworski, 6 straight points as he lays this one up. And now it's only a 1-point deficit. The FIBA Europe Cup defending champions have cut down that double-digit lead to 1. How many times have we seen these poor passes? Well, PAOK's issue has been turnovers. Southern did a magnificent job of converting those turnovers into fast breaks. Free Tyree. Also forces his way in. Gets denied by Trinkley Leneson. 8 seconds remain on the shot clock for PAOK. It's good defense from Howard Frey. Leneson didn't need to do too much. Pat Beverley will inbound this for PAOK. Dimchuk. Tough pass in, good defense. And now Bilbao can take the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Jaworski's got 16 points. Jaworski, there it is. There's the three. It's up, but he's unable to finish. And that's probably as wide open a look as Jaworski's going to get this evening. Melvin kicks out Beverley. Fakes the pass. Dimchuk pump fakes. Finds time. Space. Three. Beverley follows in for the offensive rebound. Now Beverley will try again. No problem for Pat Beverley as he extends it back to a 2-possession PAOK lead. That's PAOK's 9 3-pointer of the night. 19 points to Beverley. Foul is going to be called on the ground. And it's on Ben Moore. They still need to be calm. Well, that was a pump fake. Well, the original was a pump fake. Crampelli didn't close out Pat Beverley in time. The double-headed Eagle of the North, DK Falos Aietos Tovoda, 100 years celebrating possible existence. That's going to be a kickball violation. So Son of Bilbao will get an extra second back on the 14. This team has done well to remain in this in single digits. They can still win this. Take the advantage back home with them. Really goes in, a little teardrop. And the drop defense from Ben Moore. But, you know, if he overcommits himself, Trinkley Leneson is going to roll right to the bucket. Bit of a conundrum there defensively for Ben Moore. Dimchuk looks to attack. 10 here on the shot clock for PAOK. Pick and pop here, Ben Moore finds some 18. Nothing but net. The same goes for Leneson. Anytime they can bring the big Icelandic away from the key, that's going to be crucial for PAOK here in the final 7 minutes. Ben Moore moves up to 6 points. Jaworski now fighting around the screens. Pulls up inside the paint. Now he's got 18. Big time performance tonight from Jaworski. JJ keeping his team in the game in the final. The foul is going to be called against Trinkley Leneson. Well, he looks unconvinced at the moment. He knows they've got to go home. A game in which PAOK lost. I mean, look at this, Jaworski. This guy doesn't stop moving. What makes him such a great player? He always takes the high percentage looks. Still a 2-point PAOK lead. Harold Frey trying to keep Breen Tyree with it. Jaworski finds Beverley. Pump fakes, goes for another three. A lot of contact, but again, Beverley sinks it and now has 22. He lives for these moments. He knows European basketball. He knows the Greek fans. I don't know if this is a foul away from the ball, but there's the split of the ball screen from Breen Tyree. The extra pass made by Thomas Dimchuk. Beverley simple pump fake. And I'll say it again. It's Pat Bev's world. We just happen to be living in it in the FIBA Europe Cup final. That's going to be a traveling violation. Well, they had to call it that time. He's done so well to avoid that because he always puts the ball on the ground. And now just listen to the Palataki. Listen to the mighty PAOK fans. Watch here. He changed his pivot foot, I think. Yeah, he does, yeah. Unfortunate turnover there for Sona Bilbao. Green Tyree. Trying to find Ben Moore. Keeps us alive. Thought Beverley was wide open in the corner. But instead, the VIP fans are wide open. Still over 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Well, he does magnificently to keep it under control, but that time he's got to be aware Beverley wasn't in the corner. Hilliard down the middle. A sweet little scoop hook. Kept that in his weaker right hand. I say weaker. He's ambidextrous. Very efficient tonight from Duran Hilliard. Even Melvin, pump fakes. This is a tough fadeaway. This time not going in. Well, Sona Bilbao can cut it down to 1 point. They can tie things up with a three-pointer. Melvin Cleveland now. It's going to be a foul away from the ball, I believe. That's going to be a PAOK third team foul. Sense a little bit of anxiety from the DK Fale. These loyal basketball fans. They've gone through the highs and the lows in their history of 100 years. Those stories from the grandparents. Jaworski goes in now, indeed, cuts it down to a 1 point deficit. JJ's got 8 here in the fourth quarter. He's having a game of games. 20 points tonight for Justin Jaworski. Tyree finds Pat Beverley. Backdoor from Cleveland Melvin. Ben Moore. No foul given, but that's going to remain PAOK ball with 5 seconds on the shot clock. What was the foul given? I don't think so, no. Let's have a look here. There's the backdoor play. There's a dish up. That comes from the side of him, but well, Crampelli definitely gets the ball, but does he follow through enough that you can't go for it unsportsmanlike if no foul's been given? Tough one. Beverley's got to get it inbound. Final seconds. PAOK put up another three. This team just continues to live and die from the three-point line. Yatriz para Colo. And the threes keep coming more and more. And this time it's from Ben Moore. Jaworski's got 20 points. And he cuts it back down to 1 again. 23 for Justin Jaworski. And está cocinando in la cocina. Lead to the DK Fale, the mighty PAOK. Pat Beverley caught the double team. Trying to find Thomas Dimsha. Ben Moore kicks out to Beverley. Beverley attacks. Gets him a tough floater. That's incredible. Pat Beverley rolling back the years tonight. 24 points, 9 out of 12 from the field. Extending it back to a 3-point PAOK lead. But a ghost action from Duran Hilliard. PAOK switching on everything. Up to 24 points, excuse me. And we can level things up. While PAOK give away an offensive rebound. Bilbao get another crack at it. Really wants to attack. Tries to go right at Ben Moore. Steps through, can't get it, goes out of bounds. And that's going to go back to Bilbao, but I think PAOK will go for a head coach's challenge. Well, young coach. That's going to be a second team foul against Bilbao. Still 2 fouls to give. PAOK have 1 foul to give. A lot of physicality between Jaworski and Pat Beverley. And now they go back to Breen Tyree with under 10 here. Tyree switches, makes a dish off, reverse layup, and extends it to a 5-point lead as Ben Moore patiently waits inside the key. And that was a beautiful play by Breen Tyree as he out in Thessaloniki this season. Some of the greats have even played for this team. The great Peja Stojakovic, NBA champion in 2011 with the Dallas Mavericks. 2002 NBA three-point champion. And he was a young kid when he played with Bobby Prelovich. He's at the game tonight. Well, good defense by Pat Beverley. PAOK numbers. They'll go for it. No, they're going to go for a quick three. Bilbao's got to hang tight. PAOK also need to build the lead. Second leg will be next week in Bilbao. Breen Tyree. Dimcha fights for it. Jaworski saves it. And that's going to be a fourth and final team foul against PAOK with 2:46. The foul's going to be called against Cleveland Melvin. So any more fouls, Bilbao will go to the free throw line. Because fans, as we head into this final few minutes, make sure you follow FIBA Europe Cup on X and Instagram. Well, they want to find Linison. Now we're in the 10. Then he goes to the bucket. And it just rattles its way in. Terrific game tonight for Darun Hilliard. He has been outstanding this evening. 19 points for Hilliard. Still only one possession lead here for PAOK. Breen Tyree just trying to find some separation. Ben Moore able to catch the pass. Finds Dimcha, closed out a deep three. That's good defense. Final 2 minutes. Can they finally tie it up with a three-pointer? Jaworski left wide open. Quick catch to shoot inside the key. It's got a little bit colder his last two shots. Still, it's not a bad margin to be trailing, though, going in. What, still only 3 points now. That's going to be a third team foul against Bilbao. Third one with 1:41. Hato Frey will come back in the lineup here for Bilbao. Because like I said, if you watch the final last season between these two teams, it was a 9-point Bilbao lead until Dimitris Gatsivelis made that final bucket. Cut it down to 7. But it wasn't enough for PAOK. Breen Tyree tries to force his way in, out of control. Again, good defense. Now we're in the 90 seconds. Bilbao could level things up. Pansa, there's a three. It's up. They just can't do it. Well, the trail by as many as 12 in this game tonight, Bilbao. But they haven't been able to level things up. They haven't had the lead since the opening minutes of the first quarter. PAOK again look to extend the lead. Beverley defended by Krampel. Beverley's got 22. And Dimcha goes in for the follow-up. 5-point PAOK lead with under a minute to go. Looks like a timeout is going to be called by Bilbao. Pame Paukada. That's your undersized power forward going up against 7'3" Trifley Linison. That should have been his rebound. The mighty DK Fowler Santos Tovoda. Oh, no timeout scored, excuse me. Under a minute to go. Bilbao could go 2 for 1. 2 for 1 that could probably get them on level playing field. Maybe take the lead. Who knows? Need something here. PAOK don't have any fouls to give. Jaworski goes for a deep one. It's up. That's an offensive rebound here for Bilbao. A big one. Frey kicks out. They'll go for another 3 by Pansa. They still can't get it. Another offensive rebound. Anything to minimize the deficit going into the second leg. PAOK will switch every screen. A bit of slip screen action coming. Right kicks out. Jaworski puts up a deep one. And another offensive rebound. Ray thinks about it. Kicks out again. Jaworski penetrates. Little floater. Still can't get it. They caught a foul. So this is good for Bilbao. They can minimize it to a one-possession deficit. Even with 9.5 deficit, PAOK can get one final play. They're not going to have the same advantage Bilbao had at the end of the first leg last season in the finals. But an advantage is an advantage nonetheless. Oh, Jaworski missed it. The pressure just getting to him. Well, every great player goes through it at some point. That's his fourth missed free throw this season in the FIBA Europe Cup. He still cut it down to a 4-point deficit. No problem. So one final play coming up for PAOK. Hey, Prasini. This is the land of Mavro and Aspro, as they would say in Greece. And you can see Jaworski, he knows. 4 points, not a big deficit, but 3 is better than 4. Green Tyree will get one final play. Crosses over, pulls up, and extends it to a 6-point PAOK lead. Hey, PAOK. Good the DK Fale. The DK Falos Aetos Torvora finally win a European championship since both the FIBA PAOK need to defend one final play. Bilbao want to cut this down to maybe a 1 or 2 possession lead, depending what they go for. Anything to minimize the aggregate going into the second leg. Harold Frey will inbound it. PAOK will switch everything. They find Jaworski. Doesn't get it. And there you have it. The end of the first leg. Hame, DK Falos, Aetos Torvora. But it's not over. They'll meet again next week in the vast country in the beautiful city of Bilbao, infamous for baloncesto.